Hello. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the process we use to determine which academic vocabulary words we should include in our warm-up process, or the snap word warm-up routine thing. So what I did was I went through every single test and I looked at the questions and I looked at the answer choices. So, and then I looked for words that I thought might trip up kids, but I wasn't really looking for content specific words. It was more what the Sidelets folks would refer to as mortar words. And so in question number 8, there's not really much. It's what is the photograph of the anaerobic digester silos and its caption help the reader understand? I think there are words here that the kids aren't going to get, like anaerobic digester and silo, but those are only specific to that passage, so it wouldn't be worth our time to develop a whole warm up around that because it's just for this passage. And again, in the answer choices, used, I think they get held, this is specific to the passage, held. Benefit might be one, um, and that would be about it for that one. Then, which sentence from the selection best shows that Sainsbury's company tries to make use of the byproduct? Shows is the verb here, and so I would jot that down. So I'm going to write over here benefit, and we'll see how often that comes up. Shows is a verb. That's a good one. Um, Down here, which idea presented in the selection does the photograph and the caption next to the paragraph best support? Okay, support is definitely something I'm interested in here. I think that's one that we may be looking for. And I've noticed now that I've looked at two questions that selection is something that pops up again and again. And so that might be something, I might not do a whole warm up routine around the word selection, but I might point it out and use it frequently when we're talking about text to make sure kids have that familiarity and understanding. So then for this one, read the dictionary entry for chain, and then here's that. What definition matches the meaning of chains that's used in paragraph 1? Vocabulary wise, I think they're okay there. What is the most likely reason the author wrote this selection? Well, there's selection again, so that's really showing itself to be important. And then down here, we start to see some of these verbs again. So I've got encourage, show, demonstrate, and argue. And so I'm going to jot those down because those could appear again, and I'm going to spell it right. Show, oh wait, show, I'm just going to do a check mark because I've already used that one, and so I'm just marking that it showed up again. Demonstrate, and argue. So it's not like a super complex process. It's just kind of taking the time to make the tally marks. In this one, in paragraph 4, why does the author compare anaerobic digesters to stomach? Compare might be something that the kids might need some support in. And again, we've got show, describe, emphasize, and suggest. So here's another tally mark for show. I'm going to jot down describe. Oh, sorry, it's off camera. Describe, emphasize is one, and suggest. So I'm starting to build my list. And then on this one, what is the most likely reason the author included the information? Here we go, suggest. That's another time for that one. That's another time for argue, highlight, and reveal. Those are new. So I'm just going to make my tally marks and add highlight and reveal. And that's really the process. And then I did that for every single release passage. So it took a really long time. I think if you're planning on doing this with a different content area, it might make sense to kind of do the process yourself for a couple passages and then model it for your team and then divide and conquer the work. And then you can kind of compile on some kind of spreadsheet what words are going to make most sense for you to direct teach in your classrooms. So I hope that that is helpful. And if you're an ELA person, that will kind of give you some insight into how we chose the words that we developed into the snap word routine. So I hope you have a great rest of your day.